yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between two giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined, laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command.
Oh my God. Here we go again. We're doing this.
Oh, shit, we're live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
That's what happens when you hit the tape button.
Yeah, at least you hit it. We're proud of you. You're really starting to figure out your 4-button system over
It
there,
only
buddy.
happened once.
Yeah, but it's out of 15 more than
That's
that.
a
20.
fair criticism.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. At least it wasn't a full half hour. It was a short one. So that would have been a real bummer if it was, That was amazing. Oh, no.
Ooh, we captured nothing.
Hers was really good, though. She came back and did it again. Thanks, Jessa.
It's fine.
Yeah. Anyways. Hey. All right. Shout out to our producer, editor, and chief sound effects, Michael Anderson.
I only have 4.
That's more than I have. I'm just sitting over here hoping you use them right, you know?
Other people have soundboards that are larger that can accommodate more sounds.
Man, the envy coming out of your voice.
Okay. I mean, some people say put it in post. My personal... I know.
Come on.
My personal criticism of that is you don't get the reaction to the sound.
Yeah.
So if you just interject there.
Yeah. And it's like, it's nice because it's always just a little too late when you do it, and it's raw, you know, because we raw dog here.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Today's guest is Michael Stopher. Michael Stopher is an artist in Phoenix. Welcome, Michael.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, Michael, you prefer Michael because I prefer Michael. We've talked about this before.
That works.
I'm going to go with Brian this time. Just to keep it
I'm
real.
not calling Michael Brian. That's
No,
weird.
I'm going to go with Brian.
Oh.
I just don't want you guys to think there's all Michaels here.
I'm going to call you Bry.
Okay, Mike.
Fair. Touche. Douche.
Yes.
Okay.
Which Michael are you talking about?
Right. So, Michael, you have lived in the neighborhood for how long?
I'm gonna say 14 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So why?
Yeah.
Why Coronado? Of all the places you could pick, why would you pick here?
It's a pretty random, cool story. So,
Yes.
We like those.
Really helps with the show.
right.
I don't know if you've listened to the podcast.
No. Oh, Michael.
So I worked for the city of Towson, lived in Towson, up to here my whole life, up to here, and I just couldn't see myself moving out. I was one of those people who's just like, you have a certain pattern and your family has certain patterns and you can't fathom going anywhere else. Like, I loved it. My friends were there. I began doing art and I was coming downtown a lot to paint, and I would want to drink when I would paint, so I would take cabs, and people eventually told me, like, why don't you move out there? You ever think about buying a house? I was like, I'm not thinking about buying a house and I don't want to move out there. So eventually someone convinced me I should start looking for a house, and very glad I did. So what happened was I went out with some friends who live out here downtown. We had one of those extremely wild nights, right, where I ended up, there was 3 people in the back seat, and I ended up lying across them, like Superman, to get home because the car was so full. Now, I had a digital camera, when we had those back then.
As one does.
Yeah, when you're laying like Superman.
I had a flip phone and a digital camera, so the next day my camera was missing, and I called my friend James and I asked him if I could pick it up, and then he said, yeah, go on and come through. He lives here in Coronado, and I just happened to turn left on 13th Street, right on Almeria. I passed the Jack in the Box. You know where that is?
Oh, yeah.
Looked to my left, there was a for sale sign. Wrote the number down, got my camera, called, and boom, I got that house within about a month or 2.
Really?
And
Damn.
I never thought of coming here. I didn't know this was a historic neighborhood. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
You just saw a for sale sign. You're like, oh, that's new.
Yes. So if I did not drop the camera,
Yeah.
Damn.
I guarantee you I would not be here.
Man. And started the evening heading home as a Superman style. So, I mean, that's like you had to come back at that point because the neighborhood needed you.
I agree. So it was just, now, knowing what I know and being so close to First Friday and Roosevelt now, like
oh man,
scooter distance, whatever, I'm just like,
walk it.
Wow, it was just a blessing for that camera to fall out.
Yeah, seriously.
Interesting.
Like the technology not make it to where you had to have a flip phone and a digital camera because that 0.1 megapixel on the flip phones was not it, bro.
No,
you had to get that 4 megapixel digital camera and the SD card.
Everything is blocks.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'm just curious. Did you look at the footage from that camera after?
Oh, I'm sure I did, but yeah, that was
nothing interesting. Like it'd be great if it like fell off and like started.
I guarantee it.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
So
I don't recall
sorry
what was
about
on there
that.
exactly.
It's drag racing.
It's a
going
drag
on.
race on 7th. Everyone wants
Christ.
to get home because they don't live here and they're sad.
So we know how you got here. Why do you stay here?
He hasn't lost a camera lately,
shit.
bro. He doesn't have a digital camera
I need
anymore.
another camera from 1984.
Exactly. Right.
Digital camera, a wild night, man. You can be gone.
I'm blessed to be able to afford everything here. I say I live on myself, and art really helps with that.
Sure.
It helps with the extra income, and it's just great here. It's a close knit community,
Sure.
and people really help you out when you need it. I've had some really dark life saving surgery, and people bringing soup to my door, and I'm my hometown is in Tolleson. Yeah, I expect it there, but here just for people to just jump up quickly and like really help. But we got people with really big hearts that meant a lot.
Yeah.
And there's just so much to do around here. Constantly. We're artists are like triple booking events and going, oh, whoops, and having to cancel because there's just so much culture. I love it. And this is a good place to where we're not, downtown parking can be hell. And here it's I think it's a good little distance away.
Yeah. Not a lot of garages, but a lot of driveways and big lots and whatnot. So that's great. That's awesome.
So you did a lot of events in and around town. What are your favorite events that you've participated in?
Ooh, Oak Street Alley.
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us about that.
Maybe kind of biased.
That's all right.
What does Phil call it? He calls it the Mural Committee.
Fest.
I'm on the Mural Committee.
Oak Street Mural Fest.
There's a committee?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He just when he goes, you and Echo are on the Mural Committee. I need help. So
Congratulations.
That event. I'm sure you guys seen the growth.
Sure.
Just a little idea he had. Not all the walls were full in the beginning, and when I came in, he asked me to do the lettering for the shirts, and then to do a sign, and then after that to help out with gathering artists to paint on the walls. Nice. And like just figuring out which ones we were going to go over and which ones we're going to keep, stuff like that. I was helping out with the setup. I just vended this year instead of painting. Like I took a little break. That event, there's just something that happens, and I'm sure you've seen the guy Tone from Local Buzz, how he captures it beautifully and shares the replay the next day. It's just magic. Where he captures the essence so beautiful, and I love that it's a family-friendly event.
Right.
Given it's where I grew up with this style of art, it was a lot more dark and rugged back in the day. So it's changed so much, and I know that's something you're also going to go into, the evolution of culture and art.
And it's really expanded this year. There was like a lot of little tiny alleys all over the place. It wasn't just Oak Street. It's gotten like bigger and bigger, so you can really, explore the neighborhood. It's like a mini home tour, but you're just looking at art kind of thing.
Right.
So, it was great. Good year this year.
To the best of your ability, can you describe for somebody that's never been there what Oak Street Alley is? Because on its face, you're like, I don't know what that means.
Right. So it's 14th to 15th Street. And
so it's a block-ish.
In our neighborhood, right. It's a street that eventually turns into an alley momentarily and is luckily paved beautifully.
Yeah.
It's got a nice smooth road, and it is just cram-packed with beautiful art, lots and lots of colors, different styles, people from different ethnicities and locations come together. And then we've also got so big that we do, like you said, we have spill out walls. They connect from that main alley and go outwards
towards Cypress.
It's just getting big. It goes all the way to Almeria, to right by that, what is it, Peruvian restaurant? Or
They expanded down like 15th Alley kind of off there too.
But my buddy Adrian, Phil let him be in charge of that, and he took a bunch of artists and beautified that, which is great because You know, there's a lot of riffraff in that alley, and it kind of helps out with like people coming up to take pictures, and it helps in that aspect.
Oh, that's cool.
The thing think is interesting to me about graffiti, or not graffiti, that's not the right word, but art, specifically mural art, is it's not graffiti. So my friends who live on back east, I talked to them about this, and they say, well, don't people just tag it, like just deface it? The interesting thing to me, coming from the East Coast, is nobody tags it.
No.
Right? So there's a lot of respect for the art and the artist that puts the work in there. So there's not the random, someone's name or something like that. Not to say that there isn't that elsewhere, but
not on
the murals, there's not. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. You pointed that out a couple episodes ago. I was like, holy crap, I never thought about it. I've never seen anything
It's actually miraculous to me.
Yeah, it's cool. And there's a lot of people who go down the alley and just like, do their Instagram photos or just take pictures. And it's driving down that. If you drive through 14 to 15, go slow, because there's usually somebody stopping, looking at art, not looking for cars.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Safety third, guys.
Safety. So you've been doing this a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So can you describe for me how you personally feel art has changed from when you started to now? What are the big differences, plus or minus, however?
Wow. Well, one thing I'll share is that, Tolson was like a little small, what they call barrio, 90% Mexican. And I remember like we didn't have much culture. We weren't exposed to like other ways of living in different art forms. So I remember when I was in high school, my friends, we watched that movie Kids. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And it also has a lot of diversity, right? Yeah, and I was like, damn, there's like skaters and ravers and like it's so punk rockers, so diverse. We don't have that. And I'm driving down Phoenix and like all these West Valley areas, and I'm like looking around, I'm just like, it's the same people. And I go, one day I hope it gets that diverse here.
Right.
And right now, when I go look at the light rail, I'm just like, wow, it's so diverse. And that involves artists, poets, lots of different creatives here. It's all over the place. It has exploded, and I love that. Another cool thing with art is that, so I was doing aerosol art when I was younger, and I'm gonna share a story. So once we were out there on a wall they allowed us to do it. It was, say, like a wall facing a main road, right?
Sure.
And the gentleman said, yes, you guys can spray paint my wall. So we did. And things were so much different back then. So Glendale PD pulls up on us. They're very aggressive, and they like had us like sitting like this, on the sidewalk, like we did something horribly wrong. We didn't do nothing wrong. He came out and said we let him do it, and like everything's fine. She wanted to bust us still, but she couldn't. So this female officer left. My friend right there on the spot, he spray painted her, looking at us, and like I guess the next day she actually came back and saw it, and she forced him to paint over it, which is messed up.
Man,
which is messed up. It's legal, and that's freedom of speech. He didn't draw her like in any disrespectful way. It was just her looking at us and complaining. So fast forward, I was actually painting the Oak Street Alley Mural Fest ad on the wall out there on Oak Street, and I kind of got spooked. An officer came up and he was like, hey, and I was like, what's up? He's like, you guys do all this? And I'm like, well, I do some of it. And he's like, this is effing amazing.
Want me to paint you?
He's like, I tell him, I'm like, right? He's like, I tell all my buddies to come and check it out. We love it. This is awesome, man. Keep it up. And I was like, wow, things can change so differently. It's so much more accepted, big time right now. And we had the mayor out there, everyone's loving it.
It's interesting.
That's funny. That's a good story. Full circle, man.
The difference is it's changed so much.
It's interesting that the cultural acceptance of mural art has changed. But also, I think people are starting to realize that wouldn't it be nice to look at something that's beautiful versus a gray wall?
I know. And it's not like this, not tagging. Like this is art. Like this is, and it's like different piece by style, and just really concentrated areas.
Yeah.
Good
so
point.
Cool.
You remember like in the 1940s, have you seen footage of those, every house is like a white picket, and it's actually terrifying. Like it was a program to me.
Yeah.
And we're just lucky to be here. This explosion of open-mindedness, it's beautiful.
I'm interested in your take on the evolution of art specific to Oak Street Alley. So what I mean by that is each year new art comes up. There's a finite amount of space.
Right.
So art gets painted over, taken down, whatever. I've spoken to people who like lament, like, oh, my favorite mural's gone. Something else went up, right? I'm interested in your take on it, and then when I hear that, I'm going to give you my personal opinion about it. But I'm interested in as an artist, how you feel about that.
Before you say, how long has this been going on? How many years has the oak?
I want to say roughly 5-6 years.
Okay, cool.
Sounds
Just
right.
give it a
Yeah.
As an official
Context.
event, you know. Yeah. So, you mean like how do we choose what?
No, what's your personal feeling about art being painted over? So something that's existing, and then for whatever reason, like we're going to paint on this area, and it's covering something else.
Well, when I was doing murals back in the day with aerosol, these here they're left up for at least a year.
Mm-hmm.
That is a blessing. You are so lucky that it's up for a year. We would get our stuff painted over like within a month on a legal wall, you know. So that's really, really good. So what happens is just like, I'm revealing the secrets.
It's okay.
Nobody listens to our podcast
except my mom.
Yeah.
Sometimes something will stay up for 3 or 4 years, and it probably does involve their skill level to where we're like, that is just absolutely mind-blowing. So I don't want to offend anybody when theirs does get painted over in a year, because mine do all the time, and I think it's beautiful, and I'm even blessed to have my stuff up for 1 year, so it doesn't bother me at all. And then I mean, I like to do something new myself if I can get that same spot on the wall. Yeah, it's great. I just feel let's keep going over it because it's evolution, it's newness, it's freshness, and why murals fade too, you know? They fade and times change and the political climate changes. There's other things we need to say, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, I know some too. Like some people come out in the fest and they're there, 4 hours knockout where they do like cool like word design or something like that. And like that's awesome. But some people they're there like for 4 or 5 days, the next weekend, doing really like Bill and Jenny got a few that are just crazy detailed on there, so that'd be like, I'd like to have that up there for a few years. I put like 4 days into it.
There are some that become iconic.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you kind of leave those up. But it's interesting you say that. I was interested in your take on it.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is that I feel like specifically the Oak Street Alley murals, I guess broader sense, are living, breathing things, and there's a lifespan to them. So to your earlier point, climate changes, whatever, artist maybe progresses in skill, so they want another crack at that thing that they wanted to master. I think it's important that they change, because otherwise it becomes the same thing. And I think it's reflective of the times, sure, but it's also reflective of the artist, which I think is super interesting.
It's nice. Mux did my fence behind my house. I'm in one of the cutoffs off of oak, and I was like, man, do I need to put signs up or anything, Joey, that people don't paint over it? Like, I really like it. It's only been here for a year, and I want to flip my fence around, have it on the inside eventually. Like, he's like, oh yeah, no one's just going to show up and paint your stuff. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Sunflower house. Recently.
That's
a bummer, but
someone picked a couple of my sunflowers unauthorized.
That's okay.
Now I'm down to 30.
It happens. Your flock.
That's an awesome setup, by the way. I love it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. That's awesome.
Okay. So you're an artist, obviously. We've talked about that.
Thank you for paying attention.
Ad nauseum, right?
I still am.
Okay.
Nothing changed in the last 15
I'm
minutes?
retired.
I'm not retired. So you're an artist. What is the skill that people would not believe that you have, or a hobby, or a job?
Yeah, crazy. Last time we tried to get you on the show, you're like, I'm on call that day. And I was like, you might need to leave in the middle. I'm like, well, that ain't it.
Right. Maybe my side business called Sexy Mike's Landscaping, shirtless landscaping.
Okay.
No one believe you. If I told him that.
You give me 6 months, I might apply. I just tighten
Frank
it up.
Rowe's my number one client. He's
so
the
sorry.
only one that would.
I'm so
I
sorry.
might have to edit that out.
Give him any press.
He doesn't even have a yard. He just rocks.
Well, thanks for coming, Michael.
Seriously.
Oh man.
That's interesting. The artist is a landscaper. You could argue that's art in a different form. Maybe?
He doesn't mow lawn, just paints it a different color green every week.
That's right. Why is my lawn purple?
Oh man.
It's art, man. Shit. Like, cool mural. It's going to grow out in a week, man.
But wait till it does.
Would be kind of cool to like not mow part of the lawn and like do a mural with like someone's hair or something, you know, and just make lawn art.
Right.
You know,
Not to, like the Bob Ross Chia Pet.
yeah,
Kind of like that.
yeah. Except for dog's poop on it.
Okay. So what's your next big project?
Ooh,
Do you do stuff? I'm curious. Do you do stuff for yourself or just other people? Like, I want to paint this thing. No one wants me to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm constantly painting oil paintings for myself, and when I do murals, the last mural I had was my biggest mural, and the client told me, we just want our last name and your style lettering and anything else you want. And I was like, oh my goodness, that sounds so fun. And it was. That's my preference when it comes to murals. So other than that, I did a mural right next to Sunshine Market.
Yeah.
And it's my style, but I incorporated a lot. A lot of it has to do with the community. I incorporated palm trees, a peacock, the little dude with the little horse, the mini horse and buggy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
He's
trying
on
to get him
there.
on the podcast, but no one knows his name.
It's a mystery.
Oh, right.
If you got his number, you can say it on the air and we'll get him down here.
602.
Everyone
is
call
his
him
name
until
Mike too?
I don't think so.
I
Okay.
hope so.
That would be great.
I think his name's Michael.
Okay.
Right.
Where
So
you
it's-
said by Sunshine? We're at by Sunshine. Which one is
If they're Sunshine, it's
it? Oak or 12th?
it's
Or?
just west on Oak.
Okay.
Just west. It's probably like 2 or 3 houses down.
Okay. When did you do that one?
That was the first one I've ever done here.
Oh, cool.
Someone just let me paint the wall. I don't know how I got it, but
Nice.
yeah, that was the first one.
Is it on the same side as Sunshine?
Yes.
Okay,
It's-
yeah.
It's still what we would
Yeah,
call
yeah, yeah.
burning. It's probably about 10 years old.
Yeah. I think you know what you're talking about. It's really cool.
I want to repaint it if you guys ever find out whose house that is.
Yeah, just show up.
There's
You
a
don't
mural
care.
across the street right there,
Yeah.
one too, as well.
Yeah. Speaking of sunburn, that one really got cooked.
Yeah. But yeah, I love to do. To be honest, like I love to, like a dancer just dances, and
Yeah,
let's say
we
there's
do.
a dance where there's no.
Okay.
Let's like some do choreography or whatever to like tell a story.
Yeah.
Some dancers just dance to dance and express. That's how I like to do art.
Nice.
That's the funnest to me.
Yeah. On the house, you said they just wanted their name and then your style. What did you do there? Like, what was your expression?
I'm big on just desert landscapes right now. Very psychedelic, very colorful. I love doing colorful, vivid clouds that are like really dreamlike, that pop. And then I also wanted to make it very personal for them too.
Yeah.
So each of the family members wrote something down that's dear to their heart, and I included all those elements in the mural. They loved it. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's great. That's super
Something you
awesome.
said triggered something in my tiny peanut brain. When clients tell you, we just want this thing, but then do whatever the hell you want. I liken that to when I go to my tattoo artist. Like, I have an idea, but honestly, whatever you want. Is that better or worse?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
When I say better or worse, like, is it better to have more direction or less direction?
from them,
Yeah.
for me, less.
Okay.
But obviously, you want them to have
A vision.
something
yeah.
they like. It's them,
Yeah.
and not just me 100%. So
Right.
90-10. 90-10's fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do
right.
10.
You'd be like, see
I just-
your name and then anything I want, you got it.
I want my face as a 1-inch square. After that, I don't care.
Like, I hope you like Barney.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, we do now a thing where we do rapid fire questions. So, one of the questions I'd like to ask you is, what is the best candy?
Ooh, hard hitting.
Damn, I don't even like candy right now.
All right. So,
Okay, what's the worst candy?
Probably socks. The socks smell jelly bean from that kit. Have you seen that kit? One
No.
one tastes delicious, one tastes horrible.
Oh, yeah, you use like the
Oh.
roulette of jelly beans.
Yeah,
like
one
you
sweaty
can
sock
watermelon
makes
and
you
then,
want to
yeah.
throw up.
that's not good.
That's
Yeah.
the worst.
I don't want that
Yeah,
one.
and why waste factory dollars on
Right.
that? And like, no, I think we nailed nailed the flavor. We
Right.
got it, guys.
Right.
The testers are like, let's just call it.
I like those mango suckers with the chili powder.
On the outside.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
ones.
Yep.
Classic.
Make your asshole pucker.
Yeah.
I like
those. And smile because it's sweet.
I have to keep my pucker when I'm around Frank.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
That's 2 strikes.
Oh God, Frank. What is the best color?
Black and white. I heard are shades technically. I've heard that from an artist
Well,
teacher.
it's all color or no color.
So obviously you're gonna.
Yeah, I think you got the dark theme going on.
Yeah, you've all
But you're
color.
not I know you're Superman, but are you Batman?
If that's so, then I would say red. If black and white are
Red.
shades and I can't pick them, then red.
Red. Okay. What's the worst color?
Oof. Hard hitting questions, man. Just digging deep.
Yeah, there's no quarter here.
And as an artist, you want to use all the colors.
Sure,
even
but what's
ones
the
you never
worst one?
thought. Like I'm using a lot
Okay.
of pink and purple right now.
You
I
hate
know
pink
I
and
grew
purple,
up
I
around a
can
bunch
tell.
of aggressive masculine males that would not approve of that. So
Okay.
I'm
Personally,
using
what
them
is
a lot.
what is your worst color?
Cornflower blue?
I wouldn't in my art. I would never want to put lime green.
Lime green. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You know, I hate Michael's shirt too. The other Michael, the host, it's just obnoxious.
Look, it's
He's wearing a
Easter,
green shirt.
okay?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, it's Easter. Yeah. That's funny.
So if we called you to say, Michael, I need you to paint a wall full of limes, you would be like, nah, it's not for me.
It's like, I'm an orange guy.
Yeah. Limes with my face in it.
Yeah, strawberries and cherries I specialize in. Discount on reds.
Right.
I'm a burgundy guy.
Yep. Burgundy
Right.
too. Burgundy's
it.
amazing. Yep.
Burgundy's good.
Yeah.
Michael, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you so
we really
much.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Anything you want to plug for yourself there of where people can see your art or anything you do or just see you mowing their lawn without your shirt on?
That's
Frank
Sexy
Rose
Mike's
House,
landscaping.
And they're next.
Right. I'm most active on Instagram, and it's simply the number 2 DES. If someone does not have Instagram, I'm on Facebook as Michael Stopher, and I'm always on the Coronado message board and open for art commissions. I do portraits of people, pet portraits, and murals.
Nice.
Cool.
We'll put all your stuff on the website too.
Yeah.
Right on.
Reach out. Give us a link. Check out all your work. But thanks for coming on,
Awesome.
man. It's fun having
you,
an
guys.
artist on. So,
Yeah.
Thanks so
Thanks,
much.
Mike.
yeah, later.
Step right up to the wildest show where 2 big minds are ready to blow. Conversations deep yet full of jest. Come on in, you found the best. Between 2 giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Loves and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. Tall and talking, big in brains, making sense of life's wild lanes. Deep dive chats and fun remain. Bet you won't hear this on the plane. Between 2 giants here you'll find wit and wisdom intertwined. Laughs and knowledge hand in hand. This is the show that's in command. 2 giants here you'll find